What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Savoy. And we're returning to see the beauty in Your Drab Hometown 2018 with a song title that seems to fit right in with that, Man-Made Lake. I grew up in a city with two man-made lakes, so I'm familiar with the concept. But yeah, a lake that is not naturally occurring, a lake which is created for aesthetic or in some cases practical purposes. Nevertheless, it feels like there's a suggestion of inauthenticity, a lack of natural splendor, but instead an attempt by humans to generate out of thin air, so to speak, something that is either not in its correct place or something which does not actually represent the local conditions or environment. So I wonder what might be at play here. I feel like it's likely to be more than just a description of a man-made lake, so let's see how it factors in. This is Savoy, and the tune is Man-Made Lake, and it's from their 2018 album, See the Beauty in Your Drab Hometown. slowly. The most slow motion fade in the history of pop music. Then it rapidly drops off. But yeah, that's an interesting one. It felt a bit psychedelic rock, like not only were the guitars a bit wavy and cavernous, but there was that keyboard sort of melody, I guess. I was thinking it was like a Celeste, which is it's like sort of like an organ. But then I thought it almost sounded like clock chimes, but like digital ones. Like it had a really interesting quality, that one melodic line. Even the vocals were a bit echoic and seemed like they were, traveling around the soundscape a little bit. And then references to the man-made lake and also phrases like being in the wake, which if you're on a boat and you're traveling, there's a wake that builds up behind you. Strung out, which, that phrase can mean different things. It could be like in terms of a maritime concept, but also being strung out, which incidentally is a punk band I react to. But yeah, it can mean being like stressed and having little energy and perhaps even like not being in a right state of mind or an intoxicated state of mind. So I feel like there's some lines that you could maybe take different ways, but there was a line at first about like he's out there with his friend, but then the latter two times it came around, it was like I'm out here by myself. So I'm not really sure. It could be, a metaphor for traveling through life. It could be literally about being on a man-made lake, but in terms of why he's there and what that represents emotionally and so on. So curious to hear what people have to say about the themes. And again, sonically, as I said, it had a bit of a psychedelic rock feel. I suppose still a bit alternative rock when it started at the beginning. A bit redundant there, but I was thinking it almost had a bit of a Smashing Pumpkins or like Garbage sound, which, that's not the first time I've said that, certainly in relation to the latter group. But yeah, it just kind of did its own thing, and it felt less obviously alternative rock than some of their tracks, but I guess in that general area. Paul's vocals getting to the point at like two different moments where it felt like they almost were like deliberately into the red, where they were like resonating so heavily. It was like, my brain was sort of frozen. It was like paralyzed by it until the next part came along. So yeah, a really interesting tune. Curious to know what people think about this one. Let me know, and I will see you next time. Peace.